resolution also requires all relevant records to be transferred to the task force from other House committees. And this has been my concern about this whole thing, right? This puts the kibosh on everything else that's happening in the House. It all goes to them now. No one else can do anything independently about it. It's all in one body, including any documents and information that are in process in response to pending requests. I actually don't like this. Feels like someone's asking some questions that are a little bit too close to home or something. And not every congressperson is going to have the authority of an entire House body, right? This is speaking with the power of the entire House. So that's great. But my concern is this House task force, this committee, this body, are they going to ask all of the questions that have already been asked by the other congresspeople? The J13 Task Force is now launching some new letters. You see, this is coming out from Mike Kelly, the chairman of the task force on the attempted assassination of Donald Trump. Now, this is not, they're calling themselves not a committee, but we'll call themselves the J13 committee. But it's a task force. You see, this letter is going over to two people, Alejandro Mayorkas and Donald Rowe, Secret Service and Homeland, saying, all right, fellas, we as the chairman and the ranking member of the task force on the attempted assassination of Trump, write to request documents and information related to the assassination attempt that happened in Butler. Pursuant to our House resolution, which we have now passed unanimously in the House of Representatives, we have the authority, the task force shall investigate and fully examine all actions by any agency, department, officer, or employee of the federal government, as well as state and local law enforcement or any other state or local government or private entities or individuals in connection with this event. It's a mouthful, but you get it. Everything, everyone, everywhere. The resolution also requires all relevant records to be transferred to the task force from other House committees. And this has been my concern about this whole thing, right? This puts the kibosh on everything else that's happening in the House. It all goes to them now. No one else can do anything independently about it. It's all in one body. So anyways, in accordance with that authority, this letter serves as notice of the following. So Homeland and Secretary Mayorkas and Rowe of the Secret Service. Here's notice. One, that the task force requests for documents and information henceforth supersede all other requests from all other members. So we are now in charge, this committee. And the Department of Homeland Security and the Secret Service should produce documents and information directly to the task force from this point forward, including any documents and information that are in process in response to pending requests. I actually don't like this. Feels like someone's asking some questions that are a little bit too close to home or something. Some other congresspeople are getting a little bit too warm, a little too close to the fire. So in other words, we are now intercepting everything. Our committee. Don't respond to their letters. Whatever they ask for, just give it to us. Now, the task force requests all documents and information that have been produced to date to any committee of the House or Senate related to the attempted assassination of former President Trump, or the Senate. So the House of Representatives and the other body. This is coming from the House itself. And the task force requests a briefing for staff to review the DHS and the Secret Service responses to Congress to date and to discuss the task force's priorities with respect to documents and information moving forward. The briefing shall be scheduled as soon as possible, but no later than August 16th. Thank you for your prompt attention to this matter. We appreciate your full cooperation in advance. So Mike Kelly, chairman, and Jason Crow, ranking member, chairman. So very interesting letter here. Here was another one. This one is not going to the same people. You can see going to be very much the same letter, but it's going to two different people. So we had Homeland and the Secret Service in letter one. This is to two new people, Merrick Garland and Christopher Wray. So of course, the Attorney General of the DOJ and Christopher Wray of the FBI. Same story here. We have the power to investigate this. We are intervening. Send this stuff to us now. The task force requests all documents that have been produced to date, given to us, and we want a briefing by the 16th. So thank you for your prompt attention to this notice. We appreciate your cooperation in advance. Signed by the same people. So my concern with this, look, I understand that the federal agencies, Homeland, Mayorkas, Secret Service, FBI, DOJ, blah, 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 they don't want to field 50 different requests from 50 different congresspeople. Understand that. Got it. And not every congressperson is going to have the authority of an entire House body, right? This is speaking with the power of the entire House. So that's great. But my concern is this House task force, this committee, this body, are they going to ask all of the questions that have already been asked by the other congresspeople? Are those same open threads ever going to be closed? Or are they just going to say, well, you know, we're just kind of ask our own questions. We don't care about what everybody else said, because we've seen some interesting stuff come out. But this is the first of what we've seen from the task force. So presumably we're going to see more. And they also want some updates. They want some briefings. And so we're going to have some briefings, hopefully, scheduled by the 16th, which is just a few short days from now, and we will be here to cover it. And so thank you for subscribing, my friends, wherever you're watching this, so we can be sure we see each other when we discuss this coming up next.